Well, we have 48 hours of travel that starts right now. So I do think it's going to be fun to track the amount of transportation that we're going through today. We've just gone from our golf cart to a taxi, and now we are getting on a boat. So we have just a short ferry ride to hop from Isla Mujeres, the island, over to the mainland of Cancun.
It's always bittersweet when we are leaving the island. But until next time, we are now taking the ferry over to the mainland to continue on our journey.
Lost you in the shuffle there. At least I can see you by your luggage.
Yeah. Taxi number 2.
Of how many?
Of, a lot. I don't know how
I
many.
really don't even know, to be
We'll have
honest.
to keep count.
What was your favorite part, kids?
Is it possible to get printed out boarding passes as well? So I don't think any of us have fully comprehended the next 2 full days of what's going to go on. We are headed to our first of at least 2 security check-ins, I think possibly 3.
Oh my goodness.
And the first of 4 flights.
All right, we made it. Now time for coffee. Let's go. We're not gonna make it without coffee.
Everyone keeps saying when they check our documents, wow, it's gonna be a long day. To which I have to correct them and say, no, it's gonna be a long 2 days. When you say 48 hours of travel, it doesn't seem that bad, at least to me, but when you phrase it as you're supposed to wake up, spend the day, go to sleep twice, but we're missing out on 2 nights of sleep, and we're just gonna be on airplanes.
And sadly, I do not sleep on airplanes.
Yeah,
You're gonna sleep on these
I never
airplanes.
sleep on airplanes.
Yes, you do.
but we do get unlimited movie time.
And Minecraft time.
Are you gonna board first, Chloe? Okay.
It's cold.
Hola, family.
Woohoo! Let's go! I'm nervous.
You nervous?
I'm nervous. It's a lot. I mean, we've done this before. We've done even longer travel days before, but it's been a while. I'm a bit rusty. All right, 1 down, 3 more to go. That went pretty smoothly. It's just a short flight. Now it's time to head out and get some lunch.
The big thing for us to figure out right now is if we have to go through immigration entering back into the United States, or if the airport is set up to where we can just stay in the international terminal because our next flight is leaving the US. But depending on how the airport is set up, we might have to go through immigration, which means back through security as well, but hopefully we can bypass all of that.
If you're wondering, we're in Texas.
We have like 6 hours. Do you want to get out and go do something?
Sure.
So we did have to go through immigration. It was pretty smooth. Right now, there's signs everywhere that say you have to pick up your bag to go through customs, but on the plane they gave an announcement saying if you're connecting internationally that you didn't.
We don't want to leave our bags behind. We don't trust them.
So I'm not sure what to do right now.
So if we're connecting directly to an international flight, we need to pick up. We're going to Munich next.
Yeah, you guys are good till you get to Munich.
So we can go to security now?
Yep. So we were just having a conversation about the fact that travel is both exciting, exhilarating, and also can be miserable. I think we're currently at the beginning of our travel day at the exciting phase, but in about 36 hours, it's going to turn miserable for sure. But it made me curious for those watching who finds travel just utterly exhilarating and can't wait to get into an airport, kind of like us. Like, an airport feels like a second home to us, and who just finds it miserable. But Heather was saying...
So I remember having a conversation with one of my friends. It was like around COVID time, so we weren't traveling much, and he was still traveling for work, and he came back from something and was jet lagged, and I remember saying, like, oh man, I would give anything to be jet lagged right now. And it was just, everyone was like, what? Like, are you crazy? And I was like, it's just part of the experience. Like, even though obviously I don't enjoy being jet lagged, but it's like, it represents like doing something big and having a big adventure. And so like, even though some parts of the day are kind of miserable, it's like, it doesn't matter. I'm just excited because it means we're on an adventure. So I know we're weird, but it's fun.
Lilac is my favorite color. So I put it.
We're going to start here and we're going to go through and read as many words as we can. Okay?
Okay, but what if I can't read it?
Then we'll sound it out together.
Wish.
So right now we are doing some language arts. We're working through some language arts for school. We have 2 days of school we need to get through while we're on this travel day, so we'll see if we get to all of it. But at least as long as we get some in, I'll be happy.
I skipped it.
That is math. What's this one?
So real quick, I just wanted to give a huge thank you to Magic, who we used to plan this trip and who is sponsoring today's video. You guys know how stressful and time-consuming planning a trip can be between booking the flights, finding the right hotels to stay in the right areas, and the right activities to do. Travel planning can be very overwhelming. But for portions of this trip, we used Magic to plan our travel, which made the process not only seamless, but also fun. Magic is like having your own personal AI travel planning assistant where you can ask it real-world questions such as, where should a family of 4 stay in Chiang Mai, Thailand? And it will think about it and look through all of the reviews and actually give you a list of family-friendly hotels. Or you can ask it, what kind of activities would a family enjoy doing in Chiang Mai, Thailand? And it'll give you a whole wide variety of activities that are family-friendly. For hotels, my favorite feature is called Magic Reviews, where instead of you going to a hotel and reading all of the different reviews and trying to figure out what you think is right, Magic will read all of the reviews and give you an unbiased summary and tell you the good and the bad thing about the hotel for you to make the best decision. The best part of this is that not only is Magic completely free and there are no paid upgrades or additional booking fees or anything like that, but sometimes Magic will actually give you exclusive discounts on hotels. So go ahead and give it a try because it's rather fun to chat with the AI assistant and have real-world answers to your travel-related questions. We'll leave a link in the description as well as this QR code that you can scan and give it a try for yourself, but I would go ahead and give it a try because not only is it very helpful, it's also super fun.
My passport card is
Just leave the bag and I'll put it up for you, yeah. I'm gonna be in the aisle across from you guys. Are you settled in for 10.5 hours?
It takes me about the first hour to get settled in because I'm getting everyone else settled in, but I don't know how. I carry everyone's stuff. Like I have Brady's headphones in here, I have his like little cord,
It's
I have
strategic.
everything. I have to do all the work. No, Alexa's the most prepared of the other 3.
everything about
You do fine, you do fine.
You look cute with your little neck pillow on.
Well, we have a 10-hour flight to Munich, Germany right now, and then we basically just hop on another plane that is also 10 hours long right after. So basically we're going to be spending a lot of time watching movies, sleeping, and yeah, it's a great excuse to just sit around and watch movies. So question I have is, do you watch new release movies on airplanes? I know it's kind of a controversial thing. I will watch anything. If I haven't seen it, I'll watch it on an airplane and I'll enjoy it. But I know some people don't.
I was watching Harry Potter.
Of course, Alexa's watching Harry Potter. What have you been watching?
I was also watching 2 movies I haven't seen before.
Yeah, and now you're ready to go to sleep.
Yes.
We just had dinner, so now it's time to go to sleep, watch movies, and hopefully we get some rest on this airplane.
Insurance here, you don't have to pick those up. The engine trip in Munich just goes through passenger control all the way down to the baggage claim area. We're gonna be with you.
2 down and 2 to go. So none of us are strangers to long haul flights, but when you have to do 2 long haul flights back to back, that's when things start to get a little daunting. We just finished a 10-hour flight and we have one more 10-hour flight to go. We are now boarding a flight headed from Munich to Bangkok, and then we still have one flight left to go after that. If you're wondering if it's going to be worth it, well, yes, it is. You'll just have to wait and see why, but it's not usually this long. We're actually flying the wrong way around the world. Normally, we fly east to west to go this route, but for whatever reason, we're taking the long route.
I'm sure we've done this before where we got off a 10-hour flight and got back on a 10-hour flight.
Twice before, actually.
It feels like a little too much today. I don't know. We'll see. I didn't sleep much last flight, so fingers crossed. So we are now on another 10-hour flight from Munich, Germany to Bangkok, Thailand, which is still not our final destination. We still have one more plane to get on after that, but we are getting close.
So if you ask me, the absolute worst part about flying is the fact that you have to stay seated the entire time, which I cannot do. So I'm always that annoying guy getting up and pacing the aisles, doing squats in the back to try to get the blood circulating again, which is why I always try to book an aisle seat, but it also makes for not very good sleep. Also, this is probably way too nerdy for anybody, but whenever we're traveling, I try to keep our daily budget as low as possible. That cost for the food, accommodation, transportation, all of that, I tend to round to a daily number and get that as low as possible. And these past 2 days might actually count as our lowest ever, because we only paid $89 for these flights. And since it is 2 days, and well, it is our accommodation and our travel, and it is technically food they're serving us, I think this might be our cheapest couple of travel days ever. Do you enjoy spending 2 days on airplanes?
Depends. If it's one flight, maybe. If it's like 4 flights, no.
Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs down.
I'm losing my voice. I feel like, I don't know. I feel a little bit like disoriented. I'm like, where am I? Who am I? Where am I? What day is it? I really could not tell you.
All right, so we have made it to Bangkok, and we have our final last flight. We did book this ticket separately, which means we have to exit security as we've already done, and now recheck back in for a domestic flight to Chiang Mai.
So it actually hasn't been that long since we've been here. I mean, it has been, I guess, over a year now, but before we moved to Italy, we were heading to Germany, and we had a layover here in this airport, and we actually ended up going out into the city and like having pad thai at a street market. We dropped our bags off, and that was really fun. That was another crazy travel day. Not quite as crazy as this one, unless you count like switching airports and going out for pad thai in the middle, but that's kind of fun. Anyway, I'm excited to be back in Thailand, and we're gonna be here for a good chunk of time, so I'm really, really excited.
Yay! Let go!
It's really good. It's not just any plain old muffin. It's banana chocolate chip muffin.
Well, this is quite the welcome surprise since we're not actually allowed to check into our flight for another 2 hours since we're so early. We get to step outside, enjoy the sunrise at the Bangkok airport here, have a cup of coffee. But it's dawning on me since we are arriving to our final destination in just a few hours that it's going to be a very long day trying to stay up until bedtime to make that adjustment period to jet lag as seamless as possible. Do we need tags for her backpack? Look, it's got a little piggy face on it.
You got a sweet without us?
It's dim sum. Thumbs up or thumbs down?
I have to think about it.
What do you think, Chloe? It's a robot from the future. Chloe, do you see the robot up there? Look how cool he is. Whoa.
The last flight of the day. We got this.
Of the day.
Of the 2 days.
All right, we're done here, Chloe. Right in here. Who wants the window?
Me.
No, it's Chloe's turn. Hop in, hop in. It's Chloe's turn.
Girls, hurry. It's our last flight.
Good thing too, I'm getting tired.
We are on our last flight, and it's amazing. So if you're wondering, I would never do this again. You basically never get to sleep. So I wouldn't copy us and do this because you basically never get to sleep. Okay, bye.
Chaotic coming up at the end. We're like losing things, and Chloe's ears are really bothering her. So it was a bit crazy, but we did it. We finally arrived. We survived, 48 hours of non-stop travel, which is just crazy. But we did it. Nice.
2 bags coming up.
I call dibs on a shower. That's cool.
Our first night market. So tonight we have come to our first night market here in Thailand. This is one of the things that we love about Thailand. The night markets, the street food, the shopping, it's better than anywhere else in the world. And we made it, we're here, so we're enjoying this now.
Is it good? Was it worth traveling 48 hours for?
It's all worth it now. That's good. That's just like really fresh fruit in there.
We're still basically zombies, but we have food and we're happy and tired.
Really tired.